week. It turns out chlamydia is more widespread than we thought. DC makes the biggest beer snake Keith's ever seen, and we found someone more behind the times than Internet Explorer. And count on Florida to find a body spray worse than Axe.
This game is boring! Somebody get us more cups! Robot lady, sound the alarm!
Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
Don't waste my motherfucking time! You know that sports are bad when football starts getting overshadowed by other things that are happening in the stands. We'll go over that in just a minute. I just need to warn you that the next hour of your life is going to be replaced with, well, one ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating moron ranting about opinions that I have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. Unfortunately, Engineer Adam's not joining us tonight, so I will have to steer the ship myself. But as you know, our goal here at Another Wasted Hour is to convince you that where we hail from, just outside Washington, D.C., is not just a city of politics and scandals, but one brimming with art, music, and culture, and beer snakes. As impossible as that may seem. So listeners, now that you know why you're here, I'm not sure I'm supposed to be telling you this, but between you and me, we have Ben, Sarah, and Nova from the band Secret Beach. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Hello, everyone. So Ben, say hi so we know your voice.
Hi, everybody.
Sarah.
Hello.
Nova.
Ciao.
So there you go. That's the entire crew. That's everyone who's here. Adam is going to be listening to this in post and wishing he could join us, and is probably right now thinking, what the goddamn is a beer snake? We're going to get to that.
Yes.
Yeah, right. This is very exciting.
It's a surprise for us, too.
I'm going to let it linger a little. First, I want to talk about why you're here today. You have a great big show coming up Saturday, March 22nd at the Pie Shop in Washington, D.C. Huge venue, like a very popular venue. You're going to be playing there. You just have, just back in November, you released a new single. We've got a snippet of that a little later in the podcast. If you want to listen to the whole track right now, fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show, and we'll have it sitting there for you. You can come back and join us and find out what beer snakes are and all of those types of things. So tell us, are you excited about the 22nd? What's happening?
Yeah, we're really excited. It's a show with our friend Rachel and another band called Mona Speaks Mountains, and we're all just going to be playing some Guilty Pleasures covers and then a lot of our own original music as well. So it'll be really fun. It's for Rachel's birthday.
Will you be playing your single November Sky? Which
Of course, we have to. Our violinist Becca insists we play it every show, and she's not wrong. We do play it every show.
So you have some interesting lineup. What instruments do you have in the band?
Well, Ben plays
Piano or synthesizer, whatever has keys.
whatever has keys on it.
Yeah.
Not accordion.
It's a key
yet,
ring.
though.
He just
Exactly.
shakes a key ring. He's like, it's close enough.
I sing and I play guitar.
And then I play drum set and cajon
Nice.
and auxiliary percussion.
Anything I can hit.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally let me slap it.
I will slap it if you let me. And we have a violinist who plays violin, and then
I would hope.
yeah,
I didn't even
Violinist
catch.
plays flute. It's weird, but
it's shocking.
we let her do her thing.
And then we have another drummer who joins us sometimes, and then also a bassist who sometimes joins us as well.
Do you do like a Grateful Dead 2 drummers thing at that point?
We have talked about that.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Space
really
permitting
cool.
and drums being available for that, we
Yeah.
would definitely do that.
You stack them like Legos.
Yeah, exactly. The more we can
Drums.
get a little fortress going, like, yeah.
What you should do is just have one drum set, but you sneak in and start playing, and the other person walks around and sneaks in. And
You know,
It'd be
my dad
awesome.
and I do that.
yeah, it'd be
back
so
home,
cool to watch.
Actually,
Yeah, this is the thing. This has to happen.
yes, absolutely.
So somebody just steals a cymbal and just
Yeah, you
uses
sneak
a cymbal.
in. You sneak right in.
Oh, it'd be so good. So that's what they'll be doing on the 22nd, sneaking into drum sets. You might be disappointed because I've just said that of my own accord.
We'll make it happen. No,
But yeah, Sunday, March 22nd. Rachel, what's your friend's name? Rachel?
Leviton.
Okay, Rachel's been on our show.
Yeah, she said that she was on like one of the first episodes.
Yeah, well,
and also said to say hi. So
Maybe the
this
first
is
episode.
a record of me telling you that she should say hi.
Well, hello, Rachel. We'll have to have her back on again. This is it's been too long. Pie Shop, Sunday, March 22nd, Washington, D.C. We're going to talk about November Sky a little later in the show. If people want to find out about other music, because you're going to be releasing other singles this year, right?
Yeah, a 4-piece EP.
And you also have a show, other shows you're doing. You're doing one in May. Is that right?
The Kingman Island Bluegrass Festival.
There you go. It can
Thank you so much. Been practicing.
You can go up to Instagram.com/secretbeachmusic and follow them there and find out everything about what is going on with the Secret Beach.
Yeah, if anyone's listening and is really good at making websites, we can clearly use your help.
Well, it's secret.
Yeah, it's a secret website.
There we go.
We have they have a website. You have to try and find it. It's very hard to find. Only a few people. I've seen it, and it's lovely. So yeah, go check out their Instagram, and then eventually, when they have a website, they will tell you how to get there. So now, beer snakes. Are any of you familiar with what this is?
I have no idea.
No, not at all.
Sarah said it sounded like the chapter of a Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Novel.
Yeah, it sounds like a
audiobook.
Adult Harry Potter novel, chapter 3, beer snakes. And you're like, what?
Butter beer snakes.
Yeah.
Any guesses? Any thoughts as to what a beer snake might be?
Is it like a good big old pretzel that goes with a good beer?
I mean, that sounds delicious, but it is not.
Is it a bad thing or a good thing?
Yeah, that's hard to say. So here's what I've learned is for some reason, when people get drunk, they get very inventive. They've invented things like beer pong. They've invented games where you watch movies and drink beer. For some reason, creativity flows in that case. So what I found out is there's a thing called a beer snake. And what this is so are you familiar with the XFL?
Oh, is that the other football?
Yeah.
American Football League?
So it launched years ago and failed. It launched again this year. And it's basically run by the people who run WWE, or what used to be WWF.
Oh, yes.
Right? So the football, the wrestling folks. Mm-hmm. So they launched a football league, right? And I watched a couple games of it. It's not bad, but it's not the NFL. Here's how bad DC football is, though. One of the highlights of the last XFL game in DC, it's called the DC Defenders, was the fact that the fans built one of the largest beer snakes in the world. A beer snake is when you drink a beer, right? So you go to your stand, you get a cup of beer, you drink it, right? And then the guy next to you or the lady next to you, the person next to you drinks a beer, and then they put the cup in your cup. And then the next person puts the cup in their cup. And then the next person, it was nearly the size, nearly as high as the uprights for field goals.
Oh my God.
So it was going up the stands, right? They didn't like tilt it up, but it was going up the stands behind the uprights, and it was almost as tall as the uprights. It was probably like 50 rows long. And essentially it started off with 2 beer snakes, and then in some beautiful moment of UN democracy or diplomacy, they combined the beer snakes into one gigantic beer snake, which had to have included thousands of beer cups.
It's like the Union Pacific Railroad connecting, like in the middle of the 19th century. It's like that moment, the picture where they connect the two railroads.
It was the golden cup that brought the two together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They did a photo op and it was like, look, beer snake. So you've never heard of a beer snake.
Not until now.
So now that you know that there is a beer snake and that DC is now the home of one of the largest ones, did
they preserve it?
Are you proud or disappointed?
Yes, I'm so proud. I don't do the sports ball, so like I feel like this is more entertaining.
I'm glad someone did that for me.
I'm gonna go make my own beer snake.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna take you years.
Yeah.
Like 5 years from now, you're gonna be like, I did it too.
Yeah.
See?
I feel like they do a thing called beer staffs. I'm not a drinker.
Wizard staffs.
That
was one of my guesses of what a beer snake could be.
Yeah, so that's when it's beer cans, right? And you put beer cans on top of each other.
But you need duct tape. There's no auxiliary, equipment needed. It sounds like for a beer snake, it can just happen.
I think that's also part of the rule. right? If you were to have auxiliary things, if you were to connect them in some other way than just nesting them, that would be against
This is
beer
why
snake
everyone
rules.
needs their own reusable cup. It sounds so
This is a
wasteful
big
to me. I'm like,
advertisement.
how
many plastic cups can we
is in
stack?
the
That's such an
ocean
American
now?
pastime.
Exactly. That's like the most American thing I can think of. All the sea turtles are like, not again. Come on.
Not another beer snake.
It's like, guys, have you heard of it's like the basilisk in here. Have you heard of the beer snake?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The thing is, though, if you were to go to like Woodstock, right, where there were a lot of very like earth conscious people, the beer snake there is really disappointing. It's just like 6 cups. Right? They're like, oh, you can just use mine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Right, and then they
Yeah.
recycle the 6 cups again.
Yeah. You can have one or the other.
It would just be like 8 thermoses.
Oh my God.
No. I watched this out. It's fine. It's a Yeti.
Yeah.
It's like musical chairs with cups. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a thing that has happened. So here's my suggestion, and that is people who are listening, on Sunday, March 22nd, head down to the pie shop in Washington, D.C. and make a beer snake
Please.
The venue will love you.
at the Secret Beach concert. I think this could be a thing. Just everywhere that people gather, beer snakes are made.
I say make it with your reusable cup, and then then you get to know other people by collecting them at the end.
Yeah, and
Someone's like, who's pink freaking whatever this thing is.
and there's
Who's
no
Sam?
Yeah.
Sam.
This is yours.
Here, have this. There's definitely no coronavirus on it.
None
There you
corona.
go. You'll definitely want to use this
Yeah,
again.
hold that nice.
It'll be good. Don't worry about the fever. But yeah, so head down there, check out Rachel Levitin and Secret Beach and all of the rest of the folks. Don't forget November Sky. We'll have a preview of that a little later on, but fast forward to the 1 hour mark to listen to that right now, and go to Instagram.com/Secret Beach Music to find out where you can catch Secret Beach if it's not a secret. Right?
Which this time it isn't a secret.
It is
but
not.
If it's a secret, you won't know. So
This is a public beach.
Yes. Public.
Yes. So, all right. Excellent. So let's move on to a segment that we all love and enjoy, are happy that we get to be a part of. I have to load up this sound effects now because I was not smart beforehand. So we'll see how that goes. It says it's loading. So let's pretend this is good. We'll just pretend like it's working, and we'll put it in later. Why won't it load? So what we're doing is the weather report. We're going to make you the editor-in-chief of your own publication, and then you are going to decide whether or not we are going to put news that I've found from around the internet into your publication. So, all right. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Does that
super
feel good?
prepared.
Super prepared. You've done this before, obviously, so
Pros.
it's probably not going to be too difficult for you because you seem like media moguls. When I look at you, I see media mogul.
We're all sitting here in full suits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is good. This is
very
theater of the
profesh-
mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in a full suit, but with no pants.
Yeah.
For the
We're in
folks
like
at home,
a
that is
boardroom on
true.
like the 50th floor of a large building. Oh
Big
God!
windows,
I think a bird
giant
just flew into the
fans.
window. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
This is good. This is improv. Yes, and it's two
Yeah.
birds. Yeah. I got my music.
I just got that. That was funny.
All right, so let's get to it. Weather report. I think this is a really strong one here. So here's a quote from this story. Sorry, officer, I've been busy lately and totally forgot to renew my vehicle's registration. I will take care of it as soon as I get home, is what a Louisiana man said when he was pulled over for having tags that expired in September of 1997. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Relatable content.
That is 23 years.
You know.
What were you busy doing? Aging some whiskey? Like watching
Aging
this,
some cheese.
Yeah.
In a cage.
were you watching the skies for Haley's comic? I mean, what do you do for 23 years that you can't go to the DMV.
That is a level of procrastination I can only aspire to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Goals.
Right. No, I mean, it's like, what were you doing? I was raising a doctor. Right. Like at that point,
Right.
they now have their doctorate.
Yeah.
That's how long it took.
Oh my God, 97. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, by the way, in additional news, 1997 was 23 years ago.
yeah, I know. That was,
Which is weird because like 2007 was also like 23 years ago.
2007 was like 3 years ago.
yeah, definitely.
Obviously.
Right. 1987, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It all feels about 20 years
So
ago.
they left their tags on since 97, basically.
I'm guessing that this was just the worst lie anyone's ever told an officer.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine that they were like, what? Seriously? Oh, I got to get on that.
Yeah, I was going to go see Titanic in the theaters, and then I got distracted and just been ever since.
Yeah. First, I was going to see the Titanic in real life.
Yeah.
Right.
And I missed that.
Yeah.
And then I was going to
So-
see it in theaters.
It's like the guy who made Aliens? Titanic? No way. Oh, my God.
So my guess is, because that's just great. Like, my hope was that it was like this. It was like, you roll down the window, and the officer's like, I pulled you over. And he's like, nah, I had no idea at all. Like, just trying to play cool. And the officer's like, so your tags are expired. And he's like, yeah, I was going to get around to that.
You noticed. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No one's ever paid attention before
Yeah.
like that.
What would have been a better excuse? There had to have been any other excuse was better. Can you think
Maybe
of
they
one?
had like a really emotional connection to the tag itself. Like,
Best year of my
their
life.
mom gave it to them from the DMV because she.
Yeah. Here's my take. So somebody play the police officer. All right.
Ben,
Hello.
you're on it.
Oof.
Yep,
All right.
you're a good officer.
Yeah, police officer.
Do you know what you were doing?
No, officer. I'm really sorry. What's the problem?
You have an expired license plate.
It was a dare.
Was it a double dog?
It was. There was nothing I could do about
That
it,
actually
officer.
doesn't meet the minimum threshold of triple dog dare that's needed for this maneuver. So we're gonna have to just give you a citation just today.
Yeah, I
it's
dare
a
you
warning.
to.
Oh well, did you double dog dare me?
Yeah, but it's not a triple dog
Yeah.
dare, so
Yeah.
you probably don't want to follow through with it.
Well, it's just a citation, so just a double dog is all we need today. Anyways, I don't know what this.
I feel like if you had said that, you would have a better outcome than
Right.
I was
Yeah.
going to get around to it for
Yeah.
2.5 decades.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Where was this person from, you said?
This is Louisiana.
Okay. So, like, how big is the area that they're living? Like, I'm wondering
It
if
could
they
be
didn't need to use
rural
their
enough.
vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, they just walked around or biked around, maybe.
Or it's
feel-
rural enough that this is the first time they've ever encountered another
Human being.
human. It could have been a shock to them that there was even a human there.
57 years.
They're hearing the sound and then look in their rearview mirror like, what is that? It's so loud. Is that a car? Oh my
Oh,
God.
they just act super bewildered. Like, I just drove into this crazy like lightning storm, and it was 1997, and all of a sudden you're asking me what year this is, and I'm
Yeah.
like, officer, when am I? When am I, officer?
When am I?
Just do the time
Are
travel
you
defense.
real? Are you a person?
Right.
Oh my gosh!
They're like, that was
I've been
20
sent from the past.
Yeah. It's like that was 23 years ago. You just start touching
Has
yourself.
to warn you.
Oh my God. Is this real?
Yeah.
All right. So is it news?
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
yeah, yeah.
100%. That's like headline.
I'd love to read that story.
Is that front page?
All right. In Oklahoma City, a man meets the most polite burglar ever. After getting caught, the burglar shakes the homeowner's hand, closes the window he broke in through, and assures him he didn't steal anything. Yeah.
Other than his heart.
Yeah.
Actually, just a lover.
Yeah.
From afar.
Right.
my
He's not the
gosh.
burglar we deserve, but he's the burglar that we get.
I don't know if that's news to me. I feel like I'm like,
I mean, are we
As in, you're familiar with the story, or it's like,
as in like if we reported any instance of anything like that
you just
happening,
wouldn't
I feel
consider
like,
that. Yeah.
I feel like you could have made a counter argument for gun rights with that, right? Like, what are you defending? They're so sweet. Look at how nice they are.
They had a gun that wasn't in the original.
No,
They
they
were-
didn't, and they're
Oh.
Oh, I
See?
see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It worked out great.
and they didn't steal anything. They
They
didn't
didn't steal anything.
Right.
achieve any objective at all, except
Oh.
for the break-in.
Just, I wanted to be in your home,
Yeah.
actually.
Just wanted to
I
be
just
in
keep
here.
looking in and wish I was in there. Living life with your family.
Is this taupe? This is really nice. You've made some beautiful decisions here.
Oh my God, I love your backsplash.
Crown molding? Oh my God.
Does this couch recline? Oh, you're like a king.
So
my
comfy. I could sleep here if that's okay.
If it's all right. Do you have a spare room? You won't even notice.
You won't even notice.
I'm
Seriously.
just here to do laundry.
The only crime is toxic positivity.
Oh my God, have you been working out? I'll go. You look very strong.
I'll just. All right.
I will say this
I
story.
think my mom's calling me.
Shakes hand, leaves through a window.
Adios.
Right.
Well, just the only interesting and maybe impressive angle of this story is the fact that the suspect was able to get the window open, considering that they were unarmed. I'm sorry.
Ben.
Every editorial
That's so
meeting
funny.
needs a, okay.
All right, so is it news?
I'm going to say yes because I'm going off of the principle of would I want to read about this in the news, and I absolutely would.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
so we
getting
have
one vote for you.
One yes. I think we had a no in the middle here from Sarah.
I think I'm still a no. I don't have
Yeah.
enough information.
Ben, you're going to have to figure out the way this triumvirate works.
It's going to be a no from me, dog.
No!
Oh, the story is not going to Hollywood. There's no way.
Whatever.
Come on,
Can we pick all
Paula.
of them? I didn't. What are the rules?
I was yeah, you can pick any of
This is
them.
definitely like a who's line.
I'm
There's
trying
no
to be
rules.
like an editor in chief here. I'm like, if,
Right.
if it doesn't make the cut, it doesn't make the cut.
That's
but
fair.
if they can all make the cut,
Mhm.
then why not?
I don't know.
It
I'd
was
like
a
to
little
read down the
pitchy.
metro.
That's why.
It was a little pitchy.
I was
Yeah.
trying to pitch it. And so,
Simon, yeah.
all right, on to the next one. Headline: Florida 7th grader sends 41 to hospital when he mistakes pepper spray for body spray.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
So students reported that it felt like burning in their chest and throat, and they were barely able to breathe. One student even threw up, which I think leads me to the question that we're all wondering. Are they sure it wasn't Axe body spray?
Yeah, this could have been.
How was the kid okay though? I'm wondering if he's that close to himself.
also,
you
who
know,
gave him pepper spray? That's like
Safety.
you have to be.
a parent?
I think
safety.
a certain age
He
to
got
get
it-
pepper spray.
He got it from another student's bag.
Really?
And then was like, oh, this is good. I just got out of gym.
Yeah.
And they're
Sorry,
like,
that-
oh, this is much better. It's very refreshing. If by refreshing you mean burning.
yeah, and then
I'm-
everyone else was like, "Do you have salt spray to go?"
He was very seasoned.
Yes.
Yes.
hopping on the rotisserie. You know?
Good. We've gone straight to cannibalism. I'm glad we could do this.
Yeah.
I'm glad you followed me on this path. So is it news?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
in. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
for sure.
Excellent. All right. Lawmakers in D.C. are advised to use the Star Trek greeting instead of shaking hands. Yes, during a closed-door meeting of the House of Democratic Caucus this morning, the attending physician asked members to stop touching others during personal greetings and suggested members instead use the "Live Long and Prosper" sign.
Of all the things they could choose, they
I
could
know.
have chosen like a little bow, little, namaste.
Or
they
just
choose
like the
the Star Trek.
yeah, just like a head nod.
Yes.
sup,
Yeah,
sup.
just a sup.
Right.
They could have
But
done
the
hug?
that.
Yeah.
Nanu.
Oh well,
you
hugs
know?
seem to be yeah.
But not.
Yeah, I think what we've learned now is due to the coronavirus, things are going to now get really weird. And I have that related news from a local standpoint. The Target had 6 packages of toilet paper left, which makes me wonder what people think the coronavirus does.
Oh no.
Or maybe people don't quite know how to wash their hands
Both.
Oh,
It's
no.
both.
because this is very weird. Like, this isn't a snowstorm that's
Right.
happening.
Right.
Or people are taking quarantine really seriously.
Hopping in the bunkers.
It's kind of it's like a
I
bit
guess
of
I'm in here for 2 weeks.
I
Not
live here
going
now.
anywhere.
it's
Nope.
like a return to the old bootlegger days too. People have like they're like like homegrown like in their basement Purell recipes. It's like this is how you make alcohol Purell. You know what I mean? Because there's a Purell shortage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I'm just wondering, so these people obviously for some reason think that you can catch coronavirus by Amazon priming yourself toilet paper. So why are they ordering masks from Amazon if they feel like that's an entryway into their bunker? I feel like you don't have to hug the person that delivers it.
No.
You could just be like, I got it, just drop it there. And then I'll come out.
Only if you can do the secret handshake while I deliver the package.
Yes, it's live long and prosper. Thanks for delivering.
We're all doing it now, just for the audience's information.
We're doing physical comedy on a podcast. So is it news?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a fan of all of these. I don't know.
Your newspaper is full of everything. Someone stubs their toe outside your office and you're like, put it in.
Good shit.
Front page.
Watch your step, everybody.
Watch out.
Or you're about to be on the front.
Nova, I hear you've just been hired at BuzzFeed, actually.
All right. We're so caught up right now with the coronavirus things. I want to take a little break from that with this headline. New chlamydia species is discovered deep under the Arctic Ocean.
Yeah.
How?
Yep. Yes.
I need more
Yes.
information.
Well, you're in luck because when it comes to chlamydia, I have it. The information. I have more information.
Bravo.
Let's just
Bravo.
I should
Tell
clarify.
us more about your chlamydia information.
So here's the interesting thing. Here's some facts. They found this new species were actually exceptionally abundant in this layer of the ocean floor, which could suggest that chlamydia plays a bigger role in the marine ecology than previously recognized. Let that sink in, that chlamydia could play a larger role in the ocean's ecology.
And we thought all of the ocean creatures were worried about climate change. They are not. They're
right.
worried about their sex lives.
Yeah.
Sex.
Wow.
Now I know what the beach secret is.
Wow. It's the clam.
So just to freak you out a little bit more, these bacteria live under immense pressure with nearly no oxygen and did not need a host to survive. Think about that for a minute. In short, if you're afraid of resistant superbugs, definitely do not go swimming around in Challenger Deep because there is no chance we have antibiotics that are strong enough for this. Right? You got this one for life.
Yep.
So yeah, is it news?
Yes.
Yeah.
New whale
That's
chlamydia.
fascinating.
Yeah. You had to put something in the science section. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we need to fill up our side.
Right. Yeah, we really want this publication to catch on.
Yeah.
And so,
It needs to be well-rounded.
Yeah, exactly.
all right, so that one's in.
Great.
We'll go back to the coronavirus for just a moment.
Okay.
Because I think we need to make
We already
Yeah,
have
not
one
enough people
story
are
on
talking
it.
about this coronavirus. Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah,
For our
the-
paper.
I'm just kidding.
I think that they're not talking about the right things, though.
Okay.
So I would like to put this out. I think it's a very important news article that we can give to people. Just as a kind of something that we can give out to the public, like public service. The coronavirus cannot be cured by drinking bleach or snorting cocaine, despite social media rumors.
Snorting cocaine. What?
Yeah.
No
Yes,
way.
I
At the
think
same
I've
time, or
actually
like,
saw
what are
that
they saying you have to do?
somewhere.
No,
Yeah.
either of those. Yeah. If you do one or the other, people are saying that it kills the virus.
Drinking
Do not
bleach.
drink bleach.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And so, so this headline's a little misleading. The truth is that coronavirus can be cured by drinking bleach,
But then.
but that's because you're
You
dead.
die.
Right. Then the host dies.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
But the coronavirus is gone.
Right.
So that's one way. Takes care of all your symptoms. There are new
Yeah.
symptoms, but
Right. One new symptom.
one big symptom
I
really.
have secret bleach. But hey.
And we should also state that although it is absolutely true scientifically saying that snorting cocaine will not kill the coronavirus, it will not make you care about it.
Fair.
Yeah,
True.
because
Okay.
you will be on
You'll
cocaine.
forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Wait, do you have the coronavirus?" And you're like, "I don't know, but I know that I haven't slept."
I just
for a
want to
week."
dance.
Just got a
I don't
boogie.
know if I have it, but I want to dance.
Right?
Yo, I got the bug that I got.
Oh
Got
my
the
God.
Dancing
Virus.
bug.
They're like, "Do you have coronavirus?" And they're like, "I don't know, but I can eat 10 Oreos in one sitting
Do you want to see?
in a row." Yeah, it's amazing. All right, so is it news?
Do we help out the people who think this is true?
So
Yeah.
the article is saying, do not do this or do this.
I think we're taking a stance on this that we're not saying you should or shouldn't. We're just explaining it won't work.
If the headline can be secret bleach, then I think it gets to be in.
Yeah, Secret Bleach advises wash your hands for 20 seconds.
All right,
and
so
don't do cocaine.
Yeah.
Both really valuable, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should probably have both of those things in there. All right, we've got a couple left, so let's power through. These I don't have a ton of pitch for, but I think the title itself kind of sells it. The NYU law video teaching about copyright was removed by YouTube for copyright infringement. Yeah, it was taken down because it infringed copyright.
Yeah.
Yes,
when explaining copyright.
Headlines.
It can be like a small story that if like someone doesn't see it, then
Yeah.
they don't see it. But if someone does see it, they appreciate it.
Yeah.
Then
We're
it's
on the
in.
opposite.
You're
ends
like
of-
headline
I'm
news.
like, this
No, but
is
everything
number
can't
one.
be
Yeah.
headline.
We should put this in twice.
It goes on every page.
It's like a 10-page newspaper. It's
Yeah.
just the same story.
Nova's been paid by Vimeo to say screw YouTube.
This is true.
Yeah.
I think we have another option, which is what we do is we put the story in it, but then we remove it and just leave a space where the story was supposed to be because of copyright infringement.
Brilliant.
Yeah, there you go.
People
I
can
got
put two
you.
and two together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll know exactly
You
what
like
happened.
upload your video assignment for journalism class, and it's like, I'm so sorry, professor. YouTube just did a copyright claim, so I'm just
Yeah.
not able to turn in my assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just do the headline, right? And then the whole
The
story
blank.
is just removed for copyright infringement.
I'm here for that. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
All right,
I'm
so
in.
we're in. Excellent. Glad I could make that work. So, just in case you believe that politics in the United States are the worst they could possibly be, I would like to give you Exhibit A. Afghanistan. Right now, two rival presidents are planning to hold two inaugurations.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
Wait, this is real?
Yeah. So
Yes.
one president won the vote, and then the other president said that was fraudulent and has explained that he is president, just declared it. And in order to show that he's president, down the street from the president's inauguration, he is also having a presidential inauguration.
With who?
The people that voted.
Just himself.
I believe it's whom. No, I don't know. I don't know how this is possible, but there's probably people who are like,
There is
no, I agree with him.
Well, the people that like voted for him.
this perhaps isn't maybe an alternate universe where if, let's say, the current president hadn't won, but maybe still would have maybe just held a rival inauguration on the same day just to see, like while the real one was happening. This kind of makes me feel like that's probably what would have happened here. But
I feel like this is almost like what happened here, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it
we don't
could
do the
happen.
popular vote. So
yeah, true.
you
yeah.
lost the popular vote and you're like, nailed
We
it.
really
and then
need
just
to
had it anyway.
have
Yep.
a conversation about the electoral college system in Afghanistan, probably, right?
I believe, yeah.
I'm just
there's-
kidding. I don't think they have that because they're at least.
It's more of like an electoral middle school, I
Yeah.
think, in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
They haven't quite gotten up to the college level yet.
Oh my gosh.
They're just
Okay.
yeah, they're still doing just addition and subtraction.
I say we put it in as like two different stories. Like this person won, and then this person also won.
Yeah.
Like
And-
a couple
run
pages
two
later.
stories.
Yeah, two stories like a few pages
Side by
apart,
side.
and then people are like, "What?"
And they
Yeah.
don't acknowledge each other at
yeah,
all.
no,
Yeah,
not at all.
yeah.
Nope.
We could
That
do
is
it
great.
like they do. So for presidential elections, they make both newspapers, right? And then they just
Oh,
throw
yeah.
out the newspaper that didn't win,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the cover is like, whatever, Truman
Yeah,
wins
true.
presidency.
Yeah.
But then like the other one says, whoever ran against Truman, because we don't know, won the presidency. Steve won the presidency.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So what you do is you do that, but then you just put both out.
Yeah, oh, they're both going in. Yep.
So you have one whole set of them that say one president won and don't recognize the other president at all. And the whole stack of others that recognize the second president, but don't say anything about the first president.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like this.
Yeah.
It's like a choose your own
Confuse the
adventure.
people. Yeah. Yes. Choose your own adventure. I'm here for this.
All right. Excellent. So that's the end. That's all I've got. How did you feel? Is this maybe?
was-
a
I think
That
our
was a
newspaper is going to
whirlwind.
be really
Yo,
good.
it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
would
read that on
totally
the
read all the
Metro.
free articles I have of
Yeah,
that
and
newspaper.
the story
before.
that we passed on the newspaper has actually already been optioned as a movie. So
We're doing good.
That is which one was that? That was the.
it was the one where
polite
someone,
burglar?
yeah, the polite burglar, where they end up just wanting to live in their house.
I just want to be friends with you.
yeah,
So
just
yeah,
admired her.
I think it was like wasn't that called Pacific Heights when it first came out? Something like that. Anyhow, so Polite Burglar, the movie, go check it out in theaters. It'll be coming out soon, I'm sure. And then it will, it actually is just coming out on DVD. It's straight to DVD.
Yep.
Straight to Redbox.
But then it won't leave your house.
It's already in your mailbox.
Yeah, it's
actually.
already-
shot through the window.
I was gonna say there's a yeah.
It's already
from a
in your
t-shirt
house
launcher.
and it will not leave because it likes being there. So let's move on. Talk a little bit about November Sky. This is the new single that you released in November. Once again, we're with Secret Beach. They're playing Sunday, March 22nd at the Pie Shop in Washington, D.C. And we have a track here. If you want to hear the entire track, fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show and you can listen to it and let it wash over you and then come back here. So tell me a little bit about, you said it took you about a year to actually record this. What was that process like? Where did you record it? What was the year that went into this?
Mm.
Well, I guess the first thing to mention is that it was written at like 11:50 on November 30th, 2018. So it was
Okay.
almost December, Sky.
Oh, thank God you finished it up right before.
I know. It was like, it was really a nail biter.
The alarm goes off. You're like, I gotta rename it.
Yeah. All the t-shirts we printed.
Yeah.
That's what you start with. When you're writing a song, start with the t-shirts.
The album cover.
Yeah, because you want to build
Yeah.
interest.
If
Yeah.
you can't have a good T-shirt, why write the song?
Right,
Like,
exactly.
But Ben and I wrote the song. I think so. Was that the first song we ever wrote together?
In its entirety, yeah. Occasionally, you had emboldened me to feel like this was the first song I had ever tried to write in its entirety, other than you saying, "Oh, does this sound right?" or "What do you think of this?" And I'm like, "That doesn't," or this is a funnier rhyme or something. And then
Yeah, I'd had Ben help me on a lot of songs that I'd written before, for the group and before the group even formed.
Mhm.
And I think I was like trying to bully him into songwriting with me. So I was like, okay, we're going to write a song now. It's going to be really good. It's going to be a hit. And here's the paper. Like, you start. Like,
It's a
here's
song
the
of-
topic, freedom. And then he started writing. The first line of the song is, I'm exhausted.
This song is about feeling hurt, and then you just slap him. And he's like, "Ow,
Tell me how
good,
you
good
feel."
start. Go, run
Ow.
with that."
What's the key? Ow.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sharp.
there- yeah.
He's sharp. That's what we're going with. Says the drummer. No, but I think so. Ben wrote the first verse and the chorus. Yeah, I think you did too. And then I started just putting it to chords, and Ben plays piano, so he hopped on the keys and just started putting a piano part to it. And then we just looked at each other and we're like, "Oh no, this is really good."
We thought we weren't going to tell anyone about this. Now we're going to have to.
And then I wrote the second verse, and we wrote a cool bridge, and that's actually how Ben kind of joined into Secret Beach. Basically, I was playing with our violinist before our current violinist, this girl Ellie, and well, actually, before that, Nova and I played the talent show together at the place that we worked at.
Nice.
Our little band was called Something Wild. So Nova and I knew about each other. And then I started playing violin with Ellie, and we were both terribly rhythmically challenged. And we're like, oh no, I think we probably need someone to help us with our rhythm. So Nova came with their cajon and started playing cajon with us. And then Ben and I wrote this song together. And as soon as we wrote it, we knew that we wanted a full arrangement on it. We could hear it, we could hear the strings and the drums. And so we got the four of us together, and that was the band. That is the band.
That's very cool. Where did you end up recording at?
So we had a lot of options that on the day we went to record, the classic everything that could have, come up did in terms of like the space being double booked, and then the other space. I mean, it was just hilarious to the point where I was like, what if we just did it in my room as just like an off the cuff? And then that is exactly what we did.
Wow.
We went to my room, which was just, what day was this? It was just a
It was
hot
really
summer
hot.
day.
It was summer.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about that later, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ben's roommate is one of the audio engineers for WAMU, so he came and just set up the room expertly as a recording studio.
Yeah. It did feel, really interesting to kind of see my room transform like that in very, very short amount of time. Everybody had to like plan out their whole day, and then we still had like an hour of everyone's availability left to just like do this like fire drill of setting up a makeshift recording studio in my room.
That was your first time recording a
Yeah.
song, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, let's take a little listen. We don't have the sample here, so we're going to leave a little space for Adam to do this in post. But let's listen to 30 seconds or so of this. And this is November Sky by Secret Beach.
Fall into the stars where sound disappears. Light a fire, let it reach my ears. Back on solid ground where oceans divide.
Hopefully it's fading down behind us. What I like about this is I think it actually matches the band name really well. Like it feels serene. It feels a little like there's a little mystery to it and things like that. So I think that's really cool. It's definitely something that feels relaxing to me, which I think is hard to sometimes do with music. It's easier to make things that are like angry and aggressive and like, I'm going to like bang on things to like lure somebody into kind of like a very kind of serene place and still make something that isn't just, like wave sounds or something
Yeah.
that still has like that story and stuff. I think is really impressive. So if you want to catch them live Sunday, March 22nd at the Pie Shop in Washington, D.C., don't forget to follow them at Instagram.com/Secret Beach Music. And then they will let you know how to get to the actual website, which is a secret. We're pushing this.
Yeah, we are.
It
We really
will
are.
happen.
This is going to be a thing. All right, awesome. So thank you for sharing that with us. Again, if you want to hear the whole song, fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show. And we're going to move on to a little game show we've invented called Please God, Just Get One Right. Our previous guests have picked a category for you. Our previous guest was Free Soul. Tori B and Devin came in. They're playing Friday, March 20th at Bungalow Billiards in Chantilly, Virginia. You can go to torreyb.com, TORREYB.com, to go check more about them. But since it's not March 20th yet, if you don't like this category, you can go to their show and yell at them. So just a thought. Yes. Perfect. Why would you do this to us?
Why'd you do this to me?
So are you ready for your category?
Yeah.
It is Kama Sutra positions.
Okay.
This is the most risque I think we've gotten so far on the show in terms of categories. So again, Tori, you can catch him, and maybe if you go to the show, he'll be in one of these positions. That's a
Let's
chance.
hope not.
There will be more yelling.
Fully,
So,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fully clothed. He can be completely clothed, right?
yeah, I guess.
All right, so this is gonna dive into some sensitive bits, right? So we'll see how we go.
Some spooky
Yeah.
bits.
So we'll start off with some categorization here that the book happens to do. So
by the book.
yes, so as men often happen to fixate on, the Kama Sutra has men divided in different categories by size. Yes, they have several size, all by animal groups. Okay, for the most proud of men, let's say, they are referred to as horses.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Nay.
For an average man, he would be a bull.
Ah,
What would be
you
the
think those would
animal?
be switched.
Yeah. What would be the animal that they use for smaller men?
Tortoise.
Mouse.
Oh, this is okay. Let's see.
Yeah. What category do they put them in if they?
Although it's been, I would think Bull would go first. So maybe like, I don't know.
Giraffe.
Yeah, like, if we're going counterintuitive, we're going full counterintuitive.
The longer men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for guys that don't drive sports cars,
That's clearly the indicator.
they are referred to as hares.
Oh.
Yeah. So a rabbit, a hare.
Somebody said tortoise. That was close.
I said
Yeah.
tortoise.
Close.
Yeah.
Good job, Nova.
you would have won the race
Yeah.
in that particular case. So unfortunately, you didn't get the first one right. That's all right. We still got 5 more.
All right.
We're gonna do the same thing now for women. All right. 3 groups depending on the size.
Of what?
Just
Just
Yeah.
the size. Just
Just-
the size of their hearts?
Yeah.
just the
Yeah.
size,
How kind they are.
size of their pockets.
Okay.
Bah!
How
Oh, I
much
get
can they
it.
hold in their pocket?
I see.
Yeah.
How many
They're-
ping pong balls?
They're-
Coin
they're-
purse.
Yeah.
How many coins in their coin purse?
If women like hot pockets, how large of a hot pocket would they have?
True question. They're
Yeah.
all the same size.
So yes, in this case, we have deer or doe, right?
But
Is the
We move up to
Okay.
mare.
Up. We're going up this time.
Yes. And then at the high end, what is the third deviation? The-
Silverback gorilla.
I want it to be that. I
That's
definitely
what it
want
is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Any other
As
guesses?
the woman
Yeah.
in this room,
like a
We
that's
should
what
change
I know for
Yeah.
a fact.
Yeah.
lioness? Like a
Oh,
lion?
that's nice.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say giraffe.
No. bah.
Giraffe. Again.
When you have a theme, go with it, right?
I would like to +1 to giraffe.
So this one, when I saw it, threw me a little bit. So it goes deer or doe, mare, and then elephant.
That-
And I was like,
Aw.
I mean,
oh wow, I'm not sure I can picture that.
No.
That's I'm like, hi, my name is Keith. Hi, my name is Keith. There was an echo. So yeah, elephant. Elephant is for the, I guess for the folks that would pair up well with horsemen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
centaur.
So the horse rides on the elephant's back.
yeah. No,
That's what I picture.
that's absolutely that's how that works. So all right, unfortunately you didn't get that one right, but here we go. We're going forward with this. In the Kama Sutra text, what is the word that describes the central experience of all 5 senses?
Oh.
So in the Kama Sutra text, what is the word that describes the sensual experience of the 5 senses?
Is Nirvana?
Why are you asking me?
I don't.
It's only if if you're in Seattle, that's the
Yeah,
case.
Nirvana.
Nirvana.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah?
I'm thinking of a different cycle though
Right. I mean, it's completely different.
of karma. Yeah, not karma.
What would?
Yeah, not karma. This is the Kama Sutra.
Yeah.
The Karma Sutra is totally different.
Yeah, that's like, oh, if I
That's
do
when
this
you
to you,
bend
then
down
Yeah,
to
yeah,
pick
yeah.
up, a piece of trash on the ground. That's like position 1.
right.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
like,
Karma.
I owe you
Holding-
one.
And I hold open a door for you.
Yeah,
that's-
holding open a door is
yeah.
another position.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
They
Anybody-
call those men. No, just kidding.
Anyone else?
I don't know.
No guess. This was kind of a gimme, but it was going to be difficult. It's actually Kama
Ah,
for Kama Sutra.
Oh,
Yeah.
Should just get
Nailed
the
it.
name of it.
I know.
Yeah. So it's in the title.
It's
if you
yeah.
experience all okay.
Yeah.
Calming.
Yeah. Kama all over the place.
I'm sorry, guys.
Coming.
I'm sorry, guys.
Kama
Alright.
Sutra.
Hear
Mom.
that?
Sorry, mom.
Sorry that I Kama Sutra'd on the
Yeah.
cat. That was
No. No.
does explain the weird
That would
look
be
he
a
keeps
no
giving
from
me.
Nova,
Yeah.
not front page news.
Oh man.
All right. We're halfway there.
All right.
We'll see if we can get
We're
one
doing
more.
really well.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is very entertaining, at least. The Latin name for doggy style position is coitus morpharium, which translates to sexual intercourse in the manner of a wild beast. In the Kama Sutra, it is known as what? What does it call it?
I think it's centaur versus centaur.
It's. I like that you've gone from Kama Sutra to the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. I appreciate
Go with
that.
that.
Yeah.
We can collectively go with that.
Yeah.
Told you I'm too
centaur
ace for
position.
this.
All right. Are you good with that, Ben?
Do you have another option?
Yeah. Do you want to go with that?
Who let
Yes.
the dogs out?
We know. No, cow position.
Oh.
Right. It comes from Indian tradition. Cows, very important in Indian tradition. So that's where they came from there. All right, 2 left. What is the modern term for the Kama Sutra's Congress of Cows? Or crows. Sorry, Congress of Crows.
Oh, the Congress of Crows. A much more.
Yeah, now that I
Wait,
apologize.
the
I led you.
Congress of Crows. Wait,
Yeah.
what do they do? Is it a
So
position?
This is an act.
Oh, an act. Oh,
Yeah.
the modern day act of the Congress of Crows.
Yeah, a common.
What we would call that missionary style.
Oh, good guess. Good guess. No.
Feeding the pigeons.
Yes. We're back to the Karma Sutra. That's the position of feeding
We've
pigeons.
entered Mary Poppins.
Congress of Crows. So it's an assembly of.
Yeah, Congress of Crows.
No.
I don't know.
All right. I'll give you a hint. This isn't going to count for it, but it's probably the thing that you made the most jokes of in high school.
What?
69.
Yes.
Yes.
For sure.
See?
You know,
Okay.
people were
I
like,
was close.
don't tell
So
your
close.
mom that I told you this, but 69. And I'm like, oh, it's a number.
It's
It's almost 70.
It's almost 70. I guess that's the problem.
Right.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, Mom. We didn't hit 70.
No.
It's okay. Yeah, so Congress of Crows. Now if you want to be like really classy and hit on some guy or something and be like, I don't know if you're interested, but maybe we go back to my place, a little Congress of Crows.
It sounds like a country band. Our Congress of Crows. We're here to.
I'm thinking like D&D
New band
or
name.
something.
Yeah, new band name.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
a spell, in D&D.
Oh, yeah.
Congress of Crows.
That would be right. I cast Congress of Crows. What are they doing? God damn it! Just go get the
Kids,
treasure. Don't look.
Oh
Just
my
go.
God.
Let's go.
Just shield your eyes, kids.
It's like the cursed wizard.
Wow.
Even then, they're like, "What are we doing? Fuck you, magic." All right, so one last one. You can make it up in this. You just need one right. All right, so the Kama Sutra divides lovemaking into 8 areas. 7 of them are embrace, kissing, scratching, biting, making sounds, switching roles, and mouth congress. Yeah. Mouth congress.
Of
course.
Tiny
The 8th
Congress.
area is the one that everyone knows, which lists 64 positions, right? Or I guess the 8th is that. But so there's, I guess it's 9 areas. So there's one more area. So we've got embrace, kissing, scratching, biting, making sounds, switching roles, mouth congress, and then the 64 positions. What is the one last category that lovemaking is divided into?
Do you know? Oh, no, I don't know. I was
You
going to
don't
say
have
talking
to
dirty.
whisper. Like you can.
Yeah, it's like I feel like we're like on like
Family
family. It's like
Feud?
Family Feud. It's like we get like the other family here. What we're gonna say? They're gonna buzz in.
Like
Yeah.
listeners are like, no, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I was going to
Ah.
say talking dirty. No, what
Yeah.
were you going to say?
Oh, but okay, yeah, like that could work.
Yeah.
But isn't
Was-
that
was-
part of the Congress, the voice Congress?
But
Congress
I feel
of
there's
mouth-
other things your
mouth
mouth can do
Congress?
than talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
like, I don't
was-
know.
was talking one of the a verbal thing on the list already?
We have making sounds.
Nah, but
so-
it's I know
That's
what
a
you-
sound.
but it's different.
Yeah, but like this one
That was
has
my
like
guess.
60 whatever
60 things you could
positions.
say.
So like it can be a lot of things.
All right. I need a guess. What are we going with?
What does the Congress think? Here, our Congress.
What does your Congress
feel
of
like it
Crowds decide? I need you to make noises.
Is it
Slapping.
fetishes?
Nice. It is not fetishes. It is not hand holding.
It's not slapping things.
And it's not like it's not
slapping. No, I like the way you think, but that is not.
And the last one is slapping.
The last one is leaving money on the dresser.
no.
It is laying down. Laying down is the last
So-
category.
Lazy.
Yeah, embracing, kissing, scratching, biting, making sounds, switching roles, mouth congress, laying down, then 64 positions.
There's what?
Yeah.
There's 64 ways to lay down. Like we're
No,
talking-
that's the sexual positions. That's the one people are most aware
like
of.
to lay. I see.
Yeah,
I
you lay down, then you do your position.
Took a little too literal there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Unfortunately, did not get one, but we do need a category for our next guest. What would you like them to try and guess? One thing right out of 6 questions. What would you like them to try and?
I have one.
Yeah.
Can we like talk about it?
Yeah,
for a second?
talk about it.
Okay, like but ugly deep sea creatures.
Okay, ugly sea creatures.
Yes.
I
All
was
right.
gonna say it should have to do something with beaches or sea stuff.
Ugly deep
so-
sea
Something
creatures.
aquatic.
Yeah.
Creatures
like
that probably have-
blobfishes.
Yeah, or like anglerfish.
Yeah.
You know, they're just like
Creatures that probably have chlamydia. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
creatures of the deep.
Ugly.
creepy.
Clams.
They have to be creepy and ugly though.
Creatures.
Ugly,
You know?
ugly.
The weirder the better.
But what if they're beautiful in their ugliness?
Right. What if they have really
yeah,
big hearts?
that's why I love them.
Their
They have a lot of
insides.
character.
Their insides are beautiful, and that's good because their skin's invisible.
Right, we can see them and we know.
All right, we're running a little short on time, so I'm going to move on to our last segment, Near and Far, to make sure that we get to talk to you a little bit about that. I've got a couple minutes left. So let's start off. We have a story about a hot sauna, which I believe was part of the Kama Sutra. I think that was one of the...
That was the 10th.
Yeah. And so we talked about it a little bit, but you were saying that the recording process was pretty intense because it was in Ben's room.
Truly grueling.
And what ended up happening? What was the challenge you had to overcome on that?
Well, I guess our biggest challenge was that it was really, really hot. It was a really hot summer day. But we had to have all the windows closed for sound.
Oh.
And so the room was basically like a sauna, and Nova went first. So we did a scratch take all together.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nova drummed along.
And because you're recording, you can't have like fans.
Right,
on
Yeah,
exactly.
no
No.
AC, no
Couldn't have the
ceiling
ceiling
fan,
fan.
not even a
Nothing.
person with a freaking
No air movement. You couldn't have someone
You
blowing
could not breathe.
next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go off mic to do that.
Yep.
And we
Yeah.
didn't know how bad it was until Nova came out, like 15 minutes later, like completely shirt off, completely drenched in sweat, being like, all
Stripped my
right, who's
clothes.
next? And we're like, oh no.
Yeah. Next victim.
So
One by one. And then my brave roommate / audio engineer friend was just in there the entire time. And he just looked, it was.
he looked haggard.
Disheveled.
We gave him water, but yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
He wasn't thirsty.
But it turned out great.
I like
So-
that. I like that Nova came out, looked like he was like they were mugged, right? And like you're like, did somebody cast Congress of Crows on you? Like, I need you to stop what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
So we have about a minute. Do you think we can do our second story as well?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I thought this was really, really cute. So it's a story about a tiny human, which is
Tiny human.
we always call my nephews that. So we're like when they were little, and they're you're not a baby anymore. You're just a tiny human.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this happened at a show. What happened?
Yeah, it was our first time playing outdoors. It was at the Tacoma Park Folk Festival. I'm actually wearing the t-shirt unintentionally today. But basically after the show, this tiny human and their dad came up to me, and the little girl was like pointing up at me, and the dad had to communicate that he was there on her orders to tell me that she was like really inspired and wanted to be a singer and wanted to play guitar and wanted to start writing music, but like she was too shy to tell me any of that.
Aw.
So he
She had
was
an
like,
interpreter.
yeah, he was her interpreter. It was really, really sweet.
Could you hear her? Was she like, tell her that
Yeah,
I really
he would
like
like
her?
kneel down.
Yeah.
She would whisper to him and then like look at me expectantly.
You're like, I can hear you, little kid.
Yeah.
Did you have to act surprised? Like, oh, is that what she said? I didn't
yeah.
understand
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Actually, a ventriloquist. That's how this works.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Did you guys have a good time?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so don't forget, Secret Beach is playing Sunday, March 22nd at the Pie Shop in Washington, D.C. Go check out their single, November Sky. It's up on all of your streaming services. Check out Instagram.com/secretbeachmusic for more about what's happening for them the rest of this year. Also, don't forget, please like our post, follow us, retweet us, and share the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We cannot do this without you. Also, don't forget to review us on Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. If you're an artist, music, or culture creator in the DC area, we want you on our show. Email us at booking@anotherwaysidhour.com. Thanks to everyone for all their contributions, but most of all, thanks to our guests, Secret Beach, and you, our fans, for wasting a perfectly good hour with us. This has been Another Wasted Hour, and if you just realized that, don't blame us. We warned you.
I'm exhausted and I'm wondering why my well's gone dry. Ain't it something, that November sky? I've forgotten the strings beneath my fingers. A calloused touch is mine, the twilight lingers. Fall into the stars where sound disappears. Light a fire, let it reach my ears. Back on solid ground where oceans divide. I've watched the world go around, horizon and the tide. Is that the sunrise I've been playing since 2 a.m.?